Welcome everyone. My name is Ryan Markham. I am the Director of Open Source Sales here at Sangoma Technologies. And today I am going to be taking you through all about UCaaS and our Softphone apps. So UCaaS is Unified Communications as a Service. We are essentially going to focus largely on PBXact Cloud today from a UCaaS perspective. And UCaaS really is just a fancy term for bringing together multiple components of communication sets into a single organization. So we will talk about how we can merge together voice and data and texting and chat and video and all mobility and all components of how a business in 2023 can expect to communicate with its customer base and its internal users as well. So with that, the agenda for today will cover firstly PBXact Cloud, which is our commercial version of FreePBX. PBXact Cloud is a commercial version that is fully supported and managed and maintained in our cloud infrastructure. It is based on open source software. And then we'll talk about the Sangoma Talk mobile application that we have, as well as our desktop Softphone application called Sangoma Phone. So jumping right into PBXact Cloud, again, this is a commercial version of FreePBX. So if you are familiar with FreePBX, it is going to be almost identical to that open source software, but we layer in a lot of commercial features to it and we provide commercial support for it. And so you're going to be getting a much more feature-rich version, a more hardened version. And this is fully supported, maintained, managed, and hosted by Sangoma in our cloud infrastructure to be able to provide you that unified communications as a service that we're here to chat about today. So some key benefits of PBXact Cloud and why someone would think to choose cloud. For me, this first one is huge. Support entitlement. If you are looking for a unified communications service for your business, your chances are if you've not been to one, you've been the one responsible for managing your own phone system. You're doing the updates to it. You are doing the troubleshooting to it, or you are paying someone to do that for you. With PBXact Cloud, we give you full support entitlement. Our team can take the burden of having to manage support and make changes to the PBX off of you, and we will help with anything from making changes to inbound routes and outbound routes, or adding extensions and users, all the way up to troubleshooting a phone that is not registered. So it takes your need to have to worry about buying support entitlement away. We perform all of the updates and maintenance on your PBXact Cloud instance, so you don't have to be the one that performs any sort of security patches or new feature updates, module updates, framework updates, anything like that. We are responsible and handle all updates, so you don't have to. No PBX hardware. So again, if we're talking about you've been or have ever had to manage your own premise-based PBX, you have to worry about the lifespan of that server. You have to worry about waking up one day when that server is no longer working, and now where do I go from here? Likewise, you have resources that are potentially capped on that server. So from a scalability standpoint, if you've got 100 users on a premise-based server and you want to grow, maybe you bought a company, you need to add 50 more. Well, this server doesn't have enough cores to support that, or it doesn't have the RAM to support that. It's not able for you to scale in that way. With cloud, you don't have to worry about that. As you grow, we can grow your PBX with you, and you don't have to worry about that hardware dying or having to reach out to get something else to handle that. It's reliable. The PBX lives in our robust cloud infrastructure that is getting monitored constantly, and we're having backups available for disaster recovery to be able to make sure that your phone system stays up all the time. The cloud is great for multi-site. If you have a business with multiple locations, you don't have to have an individual PBX for all of those locations. You can have all locations and all users on one centrally managed phone system. So it's easy to have essentially one bill, one set of reporting, and everybody can hang off of that one. Our cloud PBX is extremely feature rich. Just all of the features that we can have available from the FreePBX ecosystem and PBXact ecosystem are in and available in PBXact Cloud. So just about everything that you're going to be looking for from that unified communications feature set standpoint is included in PBXact Cloud. And we do offer free soft phones for every user on PBXact Cloud as well. So today we are going to dabble into the mobile soft phones and the desktop soft phones on PBXact Cloud, and those are free for every user that we have. SMS and MMS, this is a fancy way of saying text messaging and picture text messaging. It is supported in PBXact Cloud for every user that you have in there as well. We have a migration tool, so if you are on a premise-based FreePBX or PBXact and moving to the cloud sounds good to you, it's very simple to take all of your existing configs and then move those into our cloud infrastructure and very simply take your configs and get them up and running in our cloud to make that move an absolute breeze for you. And lastly, we have, because PBXact is based on open source software, support for over 300 endpoints. So if you already have existing IP phones or IP speakers, anything like that that you want to bring to PBXact Cloud, you can do that. We are not a proprietary solution. You have the ability to bring existing hardware in, and we'll be happy to help you with that. Some key features from the actual phone system itself are going to be queues and call center options. So we give you the ability to add and create and manage as many queues as you want for call delivery and ACD, and call center options for reporting on those as well. IVRs, or interactive voice responses, that is your auto attendant, your thank you for calling the Sangoma family of companies that is voiced by Allison Smith, the voice of Asterisk, who can voice your IVRs for you too if you want. That's a service that we offer. But professional voice recordings or creating as many of those as you want within your PBX, fully supported. Multi-factor authentication. This one is becoming largely more popular and even required in some cases for verticals like financial institutions are requiring that GUI access to the PBX for your administrators be protected with multi-factor authentication. This is a free service with PBXact Cloud, so admins can have that MFA in the form of an email, a phone call, or we can do authentication via Microsoft or Google Authenticator applications. And this will work through the browser-based user control panel as well. So it's a nice added layer of security to your PBX. And speaking of security, we have VPN clients in PBXact Cloud as well for our phones, as that your phones are going to be remote to the PBX in a cloud environment, but you can use a VPN tunnel from our IP phones to the VPN in our PBXact Cloud infrastructure for another added layer of security there. We can get very granular with your call routing. We do support Find Me, Follow Me. We can do paging and intercoms with either paging to the IP phones, we can page to SIP speakers and devices, or even analog speakers and devices in our cloud infrastructure. We've got great call reporting. We can do extremely granular call recording. PBXact Cloud allows for you to choose if you want to record all calls, inbound only, outbound only. Maybe there's only one specific queue or route that you want to record calls on or need to record calls on. We will do any and all of that for you. Caller block listing. Don't ever want to hear from that person again. We can block them, they're gone. SMS and MMS, we're going to continue to talk about those as well as the soft phones. It's a big part of today's webinar and a big value to our users to be able to have that text message and picture text messaging service. Every user gets a mobile and desktop soft phone client at no charge on PBXact Cloud. And we use something called PJSIP, which may be a mouthful and mean nothing. Essentially, this means that you can have one extension to deliver all of your calls to for your devices. So in other words, if I am extension 101, I can get calls on my hard phone that's in my office delivered to extension 101. My mobile soft phone that's in my pocket is extension 101. My desktop soft phone is extension 101. So no matter where I am, if a call is being delivered to extension 101 from the phone system, I can choose to just answer it on any one of those devices. I don't have to create different extensions. I don't have to create ring groups or worry about a find me, follow me, or a call forwarding. Wherever I'm at, I'm going to be able to get a call on one of my devices for my extension. And lastly, just another cool key feature to highlight is we've got a browser-based user control panel to access things like your call history, your visual voicemail, your call logging, and even SMS and MMS within there as well. The PBXact Cloud has a simplified GUI management dashboard wizard. So if you did want to come to PBXact Cloud and you're not super tech savvy and you're used to hundreds or tons and tons of options that may be overwhelming, you can create a very standard PBX in 6 easy steps in PBXact Cloud with nice, easy to follow, click through icons that will walk you through step by step what you need to do in order to create your extensions, build your IVRs, configure those inbound routes, choose your music on hold, create ring groups, set time conditions, and lastly, provision your endpoints. And going through these 6 easy, simple steps can have you up and running on a working phone system that's going to cover the majority of features that most customers are looking for in less than 20 minutes. So very simplified, basic GUI management dashboard. And then once you're actually into our cloud instance, you've got a simplified dashboard within that platform there to do a number of things, including launch to administer the PBX from the GUI. But from right here, users can very easily come in to add more services. If they need to add more trunks plus users or add more extensions, they have the ability to do that right from this portal. They can easily buy new numbers if they want to. There is a support section. If you do need some assistance on the support side, it's very easy to launch and open a support case from right in here. There's a porting management dashboard as well. So when you are coming to PBXact Cloud, it is a requirement to port your numbers to PBXact Cloud. We do not support bringing your own SIP trunks to PBXact Cloud. So if you have existing numbers, you can port them in. If you don't, you can simply buy new numbers from us, but no third-party SIP in PBXact Cloud. So that porting management dashboard is a one-click to an LOA form that is super easy and intuitive to fill out. And then we have a dedicated porting team that will work with you to let you know ahead of time when that port is accepted, what the date and time is that your number is expected to port into our service. And it's always going to give plenty of time for you to make sure that you just have the inbound routes set up correctly inside your PBX dashboard to be able to accept the traffic to those numbers on or before that date that the numbers port. Also in here, you can get your invoices, you can manage your payment methods as far as your credit cards that you're paying us with. You can manage faxing and fax services. We have an excellent option for faxing on PBXact Cloud where we do a store and transfer to our data center and then send your faxes out over real copper PRIs. So it's an extremely reliable solution for fax that takes away the headaches of typical T38 and fax over IP. And if you're an administrator or a reseller, or you've got multiple PBXs that you're managing just for different reasons, you can easily log into and administer other PBXs from this admin dashboard without having to log out and maintain separate credentials to get in and out of those other PBXs. So this, in a sense, is multi-tenant in that way, where you can actually very easily maneuver between different PBXs that your organization is an owner or co-owner of. All right, we're going to talk pricing here on PBXact Cloud now briefly. So we are in the midst of some really good promo pricing. Our normal 3-year contract rate for PBXact Cloud is $19.99 per trunk plus user. And trunk plus user is exactly what it sounds like. It is a trunk or a call path, and it's an extension or a seat on the PBX as well. So this promo we're doing for $15.99 per trunk plus user. That is a call path and a seat on a fully managed, feature-rich cloud PBX. And we're currently doing a promo where you can do $15.99 per trunk plus user, and that's going to get you a free P315 phone. And then we also have an option if you want something with a couple more buttons on it than the P315 phone. For $19.99 per trunk plus user, we're doing a free P320 phone for that. So this offer is valid for anybody. If you're an existing FreePBX or PBXact customer, you can take advantage of this. If you're new to us, you can take advantage of this. And if you are an existing customer, you're going to get access to that free migration module, where we can essentially just go in and take all of your existing configs, pop them into our cloud, and in your case, you can be up and running on our cloud in a matter of probably less than an hour. We are also offering free endpoint manager support. So if you have existing IP phones that you've purchased and you don't want to buy or rent new phones from us, and you want to bring those third-party phones in, we welcome that. And we're doing that with such big open arms that we're welcoming it with free endpoint manager right now as well. It's normally something that we would charge $25 a month for, to bring in those third-party phones and get access to our endpoint manager provisioning tool, but we're just offering that free right now. So if for whatever reason you want to just bring your own devices, bring them. We want you to. And again, we're going to hit on this part because it's a huge value. You have free support when you're doing PBXact Cloud with Sangoma Technologies. These promo pricing here with the $15.99 with a free P315 phone, or the $19.99 gets you a free P320 phone. In order to take advantage of those, you do need to reach out to the sales team for that. It's not something that anyone can just go to the front end of the website and find that. But we'll be happy to build a quote for you and make sure that it's super easy for you to check out with that. So just make sure you get a hold of myself or someone else on the sales team here. You've got a rep, let them know you're interested in that. A quick peek at those free phones. This is the P315. So $15.99 per trunk plus user is going to get you one of these at no charge. It's a standard phone. It does have BLF. It does have dual gigabit ports. These are perfect for teachers' desks, for retail, for someone that's not going to ever have a need for a ton of BLF keys on their phone. It will work perfectly fine. It's a $100 phone, and we're doing it for free on that $15.99 pricing. If you want those extra couple of buttons, the P320 is that next step up. So this is going to get you an actual color screen display with 4 physical BLF keys. We are going to still give you HD audio and a USB port on the back with this one. So for $4 more per month, you can upgrade to get the P320 phone included at that $19.99 mark. We have a lot of other phones in our P series. I'm not showing all of them today, but I want to, kind of show you some other upgrade options as well. The P330, this is probably our most popular IP phone that we have for PBXact and PBXact Cloud now, just value-wise. It's got built-in Wi-Fi, built-in Bluetooth. We've got 12 physical BLF keys with paging to give you a ton of configurable button options within there. This is a $220 MSRP phone. If you don't want to do the CapEx and buy 100 of these phones up front, we have rental options as well. And the rental option pricing works out to be essentially the same as buying it over the course of 3 years on your 3-year contract. And then lastly, we do have a really nice executive level. It's a 7-inch multi-point touchscreen display phone. This has in-plane switching glass all the way around. So any angle that your eyeballs can catch this phone at means you're gonna be able to read the screen and see what's going on in there. Whereas sometimes other phones, you have to almost stand up straight over it and hook your neck at a specific angle if you want to read everything going on the screen. Not with this phone. 16 SIP accounts. We're still going to have built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and you can purchase this one outright or rent this one as well for your UCaaS solutions. So PBXact Cloud, how does it work? The easiest way, if you're interested in getting pricing or quotes or ordering a cloud instance, is to contact the sales team. That's the only way to take advantage of those promos that we just mentioned. If you want, anybody can also just simply go to cloud.pbexact.com and log in, and you can build everything out you need directly from here. You can choose your Trunks Plus users, choose users only. It will allow for you to choose, or I should say it will require you to choose a DID. So whether you're buying a new number from us or planning to port your numbers to us, you have to at least pick a temporary telephone number from our library. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of numbers. You can keep that number for as long as you want, or you can simply get rid of it and delete it when your numbers port in. You can choose to add those fax services. You can choose to pick your phones if you're going to do that. You don't need to do anything for the free soft phones. Everyone's just going to get those regardless. There are some add-on options. So if you have a call center and you need call center software, you can add that on in this tab here. And then simply go through the checkout process. And once you submit the order in the checkout process, our team immediately starts building that instance for you. And you can get access to the GUI to start administering it yourself, typically within 30 minutes. So we've had users in a disaster scenario come to us and say, hey, my premise phone system just died. I got to get back up and running right away. Here, let's get you going on PBXact Cloud. And with soft phones only, or even if they've got existing IP phones that are non-proprietary, we can get somebody back up and running on PBXact Cloud almost immediately. So it's a great way to get yourself up and going if you're in a hurry. Partner program, we do have a partner program here at Sangoma for PBXact Cloud and other things that we do here as well. This is a cost-free partner program. So if you are someone who's offering managed voice services to a customer base of yours and you're interested in our partner program, we use an agent to master agent model with PBXact Cloud. You as the agent bring that business into Sangoma. We can bill your customers directly so that you don't have to worry about the headaches and the hassles that have come in the past year with STIR/SHAKEN and recent changes that the FCC has made with respect to cracking down on value-added resellers, reselling VoIP services, and making sure that you don't have to go through all those hoops. We will be the phone company, and you can get paid upfront spiffs of 5 times to 7 times the monthly recurring revenue. We do evergreen commissions, and you still get full GUI access to your customers' PBXs if you want it. So if you want to be the one to go in there and configure it, you can, absolutely. The same goes for support entitlement. You can be as involved or as not involved as you want. If you prefer your customers come to you when they have an issue or want to make a change to the PBX and then you go in there and do it, great. Or if you just want to have your customers come directly to Sangoma for that, we will do that as well. And again, be as involved or not involved as you want to be with respect to that. So If you're not in our partner program, you can contact me about that. If you are in our partner program and you just need a crash course on more details here, happy to help there as well. SIP trunking, our next webinar coming up is going to delve deeply into SIP station and fax station. So make sure you tune in for that one to learn more information about SIP station and fax station for a premise-based solution. But this is really just here to let you know that SIP station is the backbone for voice services for PBXact Cloud. All right. That concludes our tour of PBXact Cloud, and now we're going to delve into the Softphone solutions. So starting out the gate with Sangoma Talk. Sangoma Talk is our mobile solution, and there really isn't any Softphone mobile solution on the market that's easier to provision and configure for users than ours. And I'll show you what I mean by that here shortly. But we've put a ton of work and technology into being able to handle network transitions, moving from the Wi-Fi to the LTE and vice versa. Very easy to be on a call in the office and run and jump out to the car and take off and not have to worry about voice quality issues. And we do utilize push technology to be able to make sure that we can get those calls delivered to you every time without draining your battery on your mobile device as well. It's becoming more common now, but it's an excellent way to get good reliability to make sure you're not missing any calls and you're not at 8% battery life by lunchtime on your cellular device either. This screen here is kind of just an overview of the majority of the mobile Softphone features that we are going to cover today, and I'll hit these all individually, but we've got a quick dial, we'll cover call history, the keypad or dial pad, contacts, your messages, and how we can integrate with Sangoma Meet, which is our HD video conferencing solution that is available as well. Really kind of helping to wrap in that video piece to the unified communications as a service that we offer here with PBXact Cloud. So the quick dial, this is an awesome feature to have on a mobile Softphone. It's not something that most competitors are offering or can provide. This is essentially your internal contact lists and status indicators for BLF. So I can get extension, name, picture, and status from my internal team when I am mobile and get the ability to see who's on a call, who's off a call, are they in do not disturb, and easily one click press their beautiful face to send a call to them if I want to from there as well. So this is configurable to set up internally from the admins to build out that contact list for BLF and kind of streamline the ability to see statuses of your teammates internally. Call history is pretty straightforward. This is going to get you your inbound, outbound, and missed calls. We also are going to be able to check any calls that have been locally recorded from within the call history as well. So you have the ability to record a call on that mobile device and see which ones were recorded. And then, obviously the contacts are going to be pulled from the native phone as well. So what I mean by that is if you are, let's say you're an iOS user and you're on your native iPhone app where you're looking at call history with your personal contacts, in that call history, we will also display the Sangoma Talk history as well, in case maybe you missed the badge notification that you had a missed call on Sangoma Talk. It'll denote in your native iPhone or Android call application that you missed a call and it was a Sangoma Talk call from this person at this number. So then you have the ability to click that and it will automatically hand the call off from your iPhone or Android device to Sangoma Talk, place the call outbound through our application so that you can call them back and not accidentally do it by doing it with your personal cellular number going out. So that's what we mean by having that native integration for call history there. It's a nice feature. Keypad, another one that's fairly straightforward. Here you're going to be able to, while on a call, place somebody on hold, resume that call. We can do an attended transfer, or we can do a blind transfer. You can initiate a conference call and add a third caller into it. We can do that local recording, and you also have the ability to do one-to-one video calling, and you can launch a call into a Sangoma Meet. So if you're on a call and you decide that maybe this would be better to move over to a Sangoma Meet, you can do that there, so that you can do some video collaboration as well. One button press. Contacts, these are going to pull directly from the PBX. If you look at the capture of the mobile phone there, it may be difficult to see, but at the top you can see that there's a business book and an address book. So this will have your business contacts that are pulled from Contact Manager, as well as your native address book from your personal contact list on your device here. Messages. So we use this through PBXact Cloud. Everybody has a number that is SMS and MMS capable, and this is just essentially what it looks like to send and receive text messages on your mobile softphone device. So really great feature. More and more people looking for ways and different ways to communicate with their customers, and it's great to have somebody be able to send you a picture of something that, hey, do you think you can fix this? Well, send me a picture, we'll take a peek at it. It's easier to do that than it is to email it. Inbound, outbound text messages. We did talk about how my solution is so much easier than everybody else's to provision. Basically, admins will log into the PBXact GUI and assign an email address to extensions that we want to have someone set up to use a Softphone for. That email address has a button next to it that the user clicks send on, and then an email goes out to that user where they will get access to a deep link in their mobile phone email. They click that and it'll auto provision the Softphone client for them. So there's no usernames and passwords, there's no SIP credentials, there's no QR codes. It's a one click and I'm registered and ready to go. Very simple. All right, moving to the Sangoma Phone desktop client now. This Sangoma Phone desktop client uses the same licensing as the Sangoma Talk mobile client. So again, every user that has access to the mobile client can also have access to the phone desktop client here. This is just a kind of a quick overview of what it looks like inside of our Softphone client. And what we will cover here in the next few slides are how we can send and receive calls, what it looks like with BLF for busy lamp field, the call history, visual voicemail, contacts, presence, parking, and we'll show you some SMS and MMS inside this one as well. So BLF and presence, similar to what we had on the mobile client, but it looks a little bit different here on desktop. So there are a few different ways that we can denote a status of somebody on the desktop client. If you look at the top name on there, Dan Bonham, there's a light bar next to his name that's kind of faded green because it's flashing or blinking green. That means if that's happening, that Dan is getting a call. His device, his extension is ringing at that time. If you look at my name, I'm in do not disturb, so my status is not set to available. I'm set to do not disturb, and I've also got the solid green light bar on the side indicating that I'm busy and not going to be able to take a call. And then Steve Brand at the bottom there, his status is available, but he's got the solid green, so that's going to indicate that Steve is currently on a call right now. So nice way to get BLF and presence statuses for internal contacts on the desktop. Call parking, we actually have a dedicated parking application on the Sangoma Phone desktop application. This is really slick. It gives you insight into what calls are parked, makes it easy to actually park the call. So I can see in these shots here that there's a couple of calls that are parked. You can hover over the little icon with the eye and the circle around it, and that will provide more information to you and let you know exactly who it is that's parked there. and who parked them there, and how long have they been parked there. And we have configurable options for ring back with call parking as well. So if you parked somebody and nobody got to them, or you forget about them after 2 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever you want, it will ring back to you, so you can let them know that the person that they were hoping to speak with is not available and take a message, and they don't just get stuck there forever. You'll also notice that one of the options in there when you click the line icon on an active call is record. So if I need to ad hoc start recording a call, I can do that from within there as well. Chat, this is not something that I was able to show you on a feature list for mobile, but we do have chat available on desktop. So this would be internal chat, one-to-one with your teammates for collaboration, file sharing, just, sending messages easily back and forth to each other. If somebody is on the phone, hey, can you get to this now? And we can do that in this scenario with a one-to-one chat, or you can create a room for a persistent group chat. Those rooms can be created to be public, that anybody in the organization can join them to collaborate on projects, or you can lock it down. And if you lock the room down, that means that only the admin can invite others to join that room, or if somebody does want to join it, they can get a request to the admin to join that room. But another place internally to be able to collaborate and work on projects in the group chat. Call pops are supported on Sangoma phone. In the settings option of your phone client, you can choose to enable call pops and put a URL string in there. There are a lot of different variables that are in there. You can do a number of different things with this. In this example here, this is essentially going to do a Google lookup of the caller ID name of someone that's calling me. So if you're getting a call from company XYZ and you're like, I don't know who company XYZ is, who are they? As soon as that call comes in, this is automatically going to launch a tab in my browser doing a Google search lookup of company XYZ. So in this case, if I called in to my extension, Google automatically did a lookup with my caller ID, and it found my LinkedIn page here. So that's a working string here. If anybody did not and wants to screenshot it, take a picture of it, something like that, if that's useful to you, it's there. Lots of different call variables to do that. SMS. So on the desktop client, you will notice that at the top bar, there are two choices. One is talk and one is chat. So to send SMS or a chat, you would click that chat icon, click the little plus sign next to it, and then from there it's going to ask you if you are trying to initiate a chat or an SMS. So we would toggle SMS, enter in our 10-digit number, and click go. And then from there we can initiate an outbound text message to a customer, user, cell, whatever it may be, and have your SMS messages between those two users on that desktop client there. So this is just standard text messaging. And we do have MMS as well. So picture text messages can go inbound or outbound on the desktop and mobile Softphone clients here. Just another example of one going in versus coming out on this one here. All right, so some things that are coming soon. You noticed we had the chat functionality available in the desktop client, but not in the mobile client. We will have mobile chat sometime in the near future. I don't have a firm ETA on it, but I actually mean near future. And that is the same for Outlook and browser plugins for Sangoma phone. To be able to very easily initiate a click to call with those browser plugins. You can do click to call on certain things, like if you're in a CRM where a number is already being recognized as a number, you can click it and it'll call through Sangoma phone, but it's not going to just work anywhere in your browsers or in your Outlook to click to call just yet. You're doing a copy and paste for that right now, but we're going to change that. So just to recap here, PBXact Cloud is our commercial version of FreePBX, so it's largely based on open source, and it is, our solution for getting you a extremely secure and scalable with all the features that you want, fully managed, fully supported with free soft phones and free hard phones, PBX in the cloud. Sangoma Talk is free with every user. That's our mobile client that's going to get you voice, SMS, MMS, BLF, and Presence. And Sangoma Phone is our desktop client that's free with every user. It's got voice, SMS, MMS, BLF, Presence, chat, call pops, and it's that same licensing. So everybody gets access to both. And with that, that's kind of everything that I had planned to run through here today. There is an option in the webinar that you've joined here. If you have questions, I would love to try and get to and answer any of those questions. While I'm looking through there, I think we may have a question for you to answer for us as well. That should pop up on your screen sometime here in the next second if you could help us with that. And while you're answering that, I'm going to check and see if we've gotten any questions here. What type of discount, if any, do you offer to 401c nonprofit organizations? Unfortunately, we don't offer any sort of discounts to nonprofit organizations. We price ourselves to be really, really competitive in the market for cloud. We do, of course, offer tax-exempt services. If you're a tax-exempt organization like a 401 or 501c, then you would be able to get applicable taxes removed, but that would be it as far as any charges on the bill. This one may have come earlier, but I'll ask and answer it again in case someone joined late. Are we still able to use our existing SIP provider for trunking, or do we have to move to Sangoma's? If you want to be on PBXact Cloud, you have to move to Sangoma's. We do not allow any third-party SIP trunking services in PBXact Cloud. It just makes it too difficult to support. Does SMS and MMS work if we are using a different SIP provider such as Twilio? No, it does not. SMS and MMS are only going to work inside of our soft phone clients with our SIP trunking solutions. Are you able to port in mobile numbers as well from cell phone providers, assuming they're unlocked? I don't know. I would hesitate to say that yes, we can do that for all numbers, or no, we can't. My advice would be to submit the port, and our dedicated porting team will do what they can for that. Is a trunk required for each extension? No, that is not required for each extension. We have a minimum of 4 trunks plus users, so you have to have a minimum of 4 trunk plus users. But beyond that, that is really the only requirement. So let's say you have 20 total users, but you don't need to have 20 trunks or 20 call paths. You can have 5 trunks plus users for your 5 call paths, and then 15 users only. We bill those users only at only $9 each per extension, and then that would give you 20 to share in the 5 concurrent calls. Let's see here. Can the soft phone support multiple extensions? Not at this time. It's 1 extension to the soft phone right now. There is some way to know what is the process that a phone follows when logging in with Sangoma Phone and FreePBX. After being successfully logged in and a password change occurs, we've encountered problems to re-logging our users without being able to know what is happening. If that is the case, I would definitely suggest you open a support ticket. If you're on PBXact Cloud, you get free support for that. Are there free trial accounts to explore the service offering? Potentially, yeah. I'm going to put my contact information up on the next screen here. So anybody that has any additional questions that I can't get to today, or if you want to talk about trials, or if you want a personalized demo of what the solution looks like, we'd be happy to do that as well. At this time, we do not offer an integration with Microsoft Teams. Somebody asked how to use Sangoma Talk with FreePBX. You just have to buy the licensed commercial module for that through our portal, and then you can use Sangoma Talk with FreePBX. So there were a lot of questions, which is great. I may not have even gotten to all of them. If I didn't, if you came up with another question, please feel free to, my contact information is on the screen right here, right now. You can call me, you can shoot me an email. I'm more than happy to help. And I really appreciate everybody taking the time to come to this webinar today. So thank you very much and have a great week, everyone.